Alright guys, I got some awesome news in regards to the adult collector orientated Jurassic Park figure toy line. And that is, we are going to be getting a Jurassic Park 3 Hammond Collection Ankylosaurus. I know a lot of people, including myself, have been wanting this figure to exist for a long time. And not only are we getting the Jurassic Park 3 Ankylosaurus, but we're getting a collector-based version, which means it's going to have a whole lot of articulation and screen-accurate detail. This is so exciting, given that Ankylosaurus is my favorite dinosaur. But enough gushing, let's talk about the actual figure and the figure inside the box, because that's what's on screen here. So starting off with the box art with the figure inside, we can see that the Hammond logo is present. We have this nice chunk of amber looking like Hammond's little amber mosquito that he had on his cane, and then Hammond's silhouette is there with the Hammond Collection logo. We see that it's part of an anniversary for Jurassic Park, and then obviously the box is meant to look like a dinosaur shipping container, or maybe even a dinosaur cage itself, which is super awesome. Inside the box, we got that amber look with the window showcasing the Jurassic Park 3 Anky, and obviously we have a picture of the Ankylosaurus by itself, looking really cool. It's got this kind of green shell area, and then on the scoots and the plates and stuff, and then it's got kind of a dirty brown for the spikes. It's got a brownish beige color for the body, and then around the eyes we got the reddish mahogany color. Now, I've watched this movie countless times. I feel like the shell area should be a little darker, more binging on a dark brown, but hey, I'm not complaining. This is a Jurassic Park 3 Anky. And because this is a collector-oriented figure and not just a standard Jurassic Park Mattel toy line release, we have a whole bunch of articulation for this guy. Looks like the arm can swivel all the way around, and it's at the elbow, it can move front and backwards. From the feet, it looks like it might have a forward and backward motion, but also have a pivot, so you can get him into some nice wide stances, like he's ready to take on the Indominus Rex, or maybe even the Spinosaurus from his movie. And then we have what looks like a joint that can actually move the arm fully outwards, so sideways. The head, from what we can tell, it looks like it has a up and down movement, but it might be on a ball joint, which means we could get a whole range of movement. But there also might be a secondary joint in the neck that allows the head to move up and down as well. So you can get into some grazing poses. The back legs look like they're going to have the same amount of articulation that the front legs do, where the legs can rotate, but they probably won't be able to rotate fully because it looks like the spikes get in the way. Obviously, there's going to be triple joints on the legs, and then obviously the pivot at the back legs. Now, for the actual tail, it looks like there's going to be a joint at the base of the shell, and then a joint towards the end of the tail, and then a joint at the club tail. So that's a lot of articulation for this figure. Granted, we only had a few bits of articulation on the regular releases of the Ankylosaurus in Mattel's Jurassic World toy line, which had articulation in the leg joints, articulation around the head, and then obviously the tail was on a mechanism which allowed the tail to swing. So it wasn't very articulated, but this beats out the regular figure's articulation, and I'm real happy about it. As I've been looking at the second photo here, showing the figure from the side, I originally thought that it only had a articulated joint at the base of the body, and then at the bottom of the tail and then when it connects to the club. But no, it looks like this tail is going to be fully segmented, which will allow the figure to fully articulate, at least in regards to its tail. I'm so unbelievably psyched. Now, when it comes to other Ankylosaurus figures, this one is the king of them, or the queen. We don't know its gender. This is 2023. We're not going to assume genders now, but we do have a bunch of other Ankylosauruses in the Jurassic World toy line, which aren't as good as this new one, quite frankly, because these are aimed more at children, and this one is aimed more at adults, so it's got a lot more detail and probably a bigger price tag. But I do like those other Jurassic World figures. They're really cool, and I love them. I have the Roarvoice Ankylosaurus. I got the Jurassic World Dominion Prologue Ankylosaurus. I got the Camp Cretaceous Bumpy, both the adult version and the baby version. I even got a couple of those Jurassic World minifigures that came out that people didn't really like. I got a bunch of those Ankies. I got the Kinder Surprise Anky figure. Oh man, I love Ankies, and you're gonna hear about it. I got stuff that even extends beyond the Jurassic franchise. I got a Safari LTD Anky. I got a Shalike Anky. I got a squishy toy that's an Anky. Let no more be said. Now, it doesn't seem like the Hammond collection is as exclusive as the Amber collection was. I believe the Amber collection was exclusive to Target, which is only in the USA. However, some of those figures did make it down to a couple collector shops in my area. However, I think most of those figures were exclusive to Target, which of course is in the USA. So I'm super happy at the idea that we could be getting a Jurassic Park 3 adult-orientated Ankylosaurus figure, and it show up sometime in the near future in one of my local collectible or toy shops. But with that being said, let me know if you guys are excited to see this brand new Anky figure. And with that, do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.